District, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome everyone here this morning and to thank you for being very prompt and coming out for this glorious celebration. I think Mario would say it best. This has been a dream going back to 2008, correct, Mario? Yeah, it tells you. No, I'm not going to say how old Mario is. I'm going to get in trouble. But anyway, finally, after dreaming it and visualizing it and planning it a couple of times, here we are today. And as you can see, if you look behind you, we are on our way to the beginning and hopefully what will become a phenomenal $24 million project here at Tropico Middle School.
Wow.
So it is. It's very exciting. I get goosebumps just looking at the dirt, and can't wait to see. This is going to be a beautiful track and 7 new buildings, 28 new classrooms. 2 of those will be to accommodate our students with special needs. 2 of those will be makerspace labs to really continue our work we're doing in STEAM. And the rest will be classrooms and restrooms, and this track will have physical education equipment on both ends. We will have new basketball courts, new volleyball, outdoor volleyball courts, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it's very exciting. So it's my pleasure this morning to introduce our board members who are here with us. First of all, the president of the board, Mr. Bob Collette. Our vice president of the board, Ms. Sunny Hepburn. Our clerk, Mr. Mario Gutierrez. And our board member, Mrs. Adrienne Ranson, our newly elected board member. And one of our board members is not with us this morning, Mr. Dwayne Moore. So at this time, Bob, I'm going to call you up. I think you might want to say something on behalf of the board.
Well, good morning, everybody. We want Southern Prairie Unified School District and Tropico Middle School appreciate you for helping us have a groundbreaking ceremony for our new facility. And I want to echo what Barbara says. I know that known Mario for a long time, and I remember when he kept saying, well, we're trying to get something done at Tropico, and he kept pushing, and Mario, you're the driving force, and we definitely appreciate it, and I know the kids and the district will appreciate it. Now we have more places to put the kids as we grow. So other than that, after this, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Shevlin. He's on his way.
So I just want to say, from the standpoint of our students, I don't not even picking it up, but from the standpoint of our students, they're very excited. They're very eager to see the groundbreaking. We had to break our hearts for the 7th and 8th graders who will not actually be able to partake in the classrooms and stuff. They'll be able to come back and visit. But me and Miss Atkinson, my vice principal here, we're talking this morning about how our 6th graders here will be able to see this whole project through, and then they'll be able to actually be the first class in here to celebrate the new buildings. I want to share that we are very thankful for the board and Ms. Superintendent Gaines for giving us this opportunity to expand. Gosh knows if anybody here in Roseman knows, our numbers are increasing. Next year we'll be at full capacity, and we might need one of these buildings a little bit sooner. But we just want to make sure we show our gratitude and say thank you to everybody who's made this project possible. And from a parent standpoint, it's nice to see, constantly the district investing in our kids and investing in all the resources and funds they have to make this campus better, as well as we just finished up RES. So it's a lot of growth going on here, and we want to thank you. Thank you, and I'll turn it back over to Ms. Gaines.
Thank you, Mr. Shevlin. At this time, I get the pleasure of introducing our 34th Assemblyman, someone who I think I've known him for probably now. He was, when I was first started my teaching career, I believe he was on the board as a trustee in Palmdale School District, and so always cared for kids, always an advocate for doing what's best for kids, and I'm so thrilled that he's here today, Mr. Tom Lackey.
What a good day. What a great day to an historic day for this region. You know, working through the state gauntlet, this is the result of the efforts of a lot of people. A lot of people have worked very, very hard to allow this to happen. Anytime you have to work with the state allocation board, it's tough. And that's the board that makes decisions on disbursement of state funds. And there's a lot of competition throughout the state. There's a lot of people that are clamoring for assistance. And here's the other exciting part, is a lot of rural California is struggling, and they're in a declining enrollment rate. And so they are not eligible for this kind of consideration. So it's so heartwarming to see growth sustaining and continuing to mount here in the state of California. We couldn't be more proud, because I'll be honest with you, the value of a community is often measured by its schools. And this is really a heartwarming movement, and it's an enhancing movement that will increase the value and the confidence of your community here. So we're very, very excited to celebrate with you here today. And I have a little certificate to, I guess, document this great event today. And thank you for inviting me. And we couldn't be more proud. So for the California State Assembly, we're very, very proud of what's happening here in Rosemont. And there's going to be people for, let's hope, hundreds of years afterwards that are going to enjoy this movement. So Ms. Gaines, come on up here and I will share this with you. And we're very, very happy. And I know that my person will want to take a picture of us together real quickly.
Your person is, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. We're proud of you. Thank you. Thanks all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Lackey. We really appreciate that. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce our supervisor of the 2nd District. We also want to thank him for taking time out of his busy day to be here with us today, Mr. Jack Scribner.
Good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here, and I want to echo Assemblyman Lackey's comments, how exciting it is, because this is truly a testament to the growth that we're seeing in Rosamond, and this continues to be a thriving community. The investment in our children is something that the county appreciates, and also on our part, we're working to do some major investments in the community as well. We have $1 million project for the renovation of the pool. We have over $500,000 we're investing in the park on Glendower, and so this is really, in my view, something that's being done in tandem between the county and the school district to recognize the growth that's occurring, and to also recognize the importance of making an investment in our children and our families. And so I'm very excited to be here, and I also have a certificate of recognition that I would like to present to you. And so congratulations to the school board, the trustees, the principal, our superintendent, and also our families that are going to be well served by this new facility. And so congratulations, everyone, and thank you for including me. Thank you so much.
I also want to introduce Laura Lynn Wyatt, who is our 2nd District Director, and I have the pleasure of chatting with her at the RMAC meeting and talk about a ball of fire. She certainly is. When something done, she'll get it done for you. And Laura, thank you for being here as well this morning. Okay, at this time, I would like to introduce, is Miss Kelly Carden here? Yes, Miss Kelly Carden. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Unfortunately, when your name's Kelly, it happens periodically. I've been called Kelly literally thousands of times in my life. It's not that big of a deal anymore. So these are my first public statements that I've made. So I wrote a statement out. 1 second. All right. Okay, that's okay. So good morning. I want to thank Superintendent Gaines, Principal Shevlin, the school board of the Southern Kern Unified School District for having us here today. I'd also like to thank Supervisor Scribner for his continued advocacy and leadership for the 2nd District, and District Director Laura Lynn Wyatt, wherever she just went, for her interest in our small town. And then, of course, Assemblyman Tom Lackey, thank you for being here as well, and for your leadership at the state level. And most importantly, the parents and students at Tropico Middle School. The groundbreaking made me think of legacy. The legacy we inherit, the legacy we create, and the foundation for the legacy of those yet to come. My family moved to Roseman in 1965, and since then we've entrusted the educations of our children to the school district. We've shared some of Roseman's greatest educators, Mrs. Kirk and Mrs. Scotty, Mr. Glennon and Mr. Escalante, and so many more. That's the legacy we inherit. I myself attended Tropico Middle School almost 30 years ago. I've won awards in mathletes, athletics, the science fair. I even won the stock market game. Nick Anton, Matt Blaine, and myself were actually on the front page of the AV Press, our school in the background. That's the legacy that I left behind and created. But this groundbreaking is important because it lays the foundation for more students, more mathletes, basketball players, and science fair winners. Students that become doctors, lawyers, and politicians, business owners and servicemen. That is the legacy of those yet to come. So I look forward to Tropico Middle School educating my family and my town for another 60 years. And I'm so glad I get to be a part of this family with so many of you. Let us never forget our most precious resource, our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. At this time, I'd like to call the president of the Roseman Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Gene Melchers.
Thank you for having me and having the chamber here. We want to express our gratitude to the school for educating these kids, and we know that education is the #1 factor in a person's life. It'll either make you or break you. And I want to thank the district for doing everything it can to make the best students possible in Roseman so that they can become very good citizens, wage earners, they'll be shoppers, and hopefully they'll get involved in their community, and they'll be members of the board, or they'll be members of the chamber, members of our social organizations, and make things better for the community and for the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Melchers. At this time, I'd like to call on the president of Roseman Community Services District, Mr. Brian Glennon.
I, in large print, have what I'm going to say, so don't get carried away.
I'm a millennial. I forgot to print it out.
Investment in community, investment in the kids, investment in education, and a community can be determined, and a nation by education. Thank you for inviting me to represent Roseman Community Service District. I am here today to be a witness to a new facility. I can't help but address history, the history of schools in Roseman. Last night at the historical meeting, Gretchen Winter gave us an excellent summary of the schools at Roseman, with a few gaps that she wanted everybody to try to fill in those gaps so she could do it again when those gaps filled in. The first school was in Willow Springs, 11 students. Finishing up today's student population is just over 3,600. 11 students, 3,600. And that wasn't too far from here, it was right over there. I would like to, this is for administrators. the salaries. Listen, I'm giving you stuff from my dad's materials. And I found materials about the budget in 1955 and 1956. The budget for Southern Kern Unified School District was $189,000 for the school year. We're just talking about what year? How many million? Interesting. And the salaries for those of you who are teachers that year, the salaries total added up to $88,000. This is some kind of history there. I would like to take you back to some excerpts made and comments made by my father some 7 years ago at a school board meeting in Southern Kern. I hope to remind us all of the importance of public education. Education today is the foundation of national power. The material evidence of strength are the products of education. The nation with the best education will be politically and military and more powerful. The country that does not value training intelligence is doomed. The communists understand this fundamental truth and are investing heavily in education as a political and military tool. And clearly, we're investing in it also. It is never more than one generation away from extinction. This is not passed on by the bloodstream, but by education. It's not passed on by the bloodstream, it's passed on by education. It is for us to remember now and forever that it's our business to preserve and retain the liberties of this nation. There is not a politician, or the president in office who can do this. It is us that must cage liberty. The question shall is the liberties of this country preserved for the next generation. Sound, comprehensive, truthful education is key. Sound, comprehensive, truthful education is key. Now for one comment about the facilities. Facilities are important. Textbooks are important. But the most important aspect of public education is the character of the teachers. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Mr. Glennon. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the director of the Kern Antelope Historical Society, Mrs. Siobhan.
Just real quick, last night Byron and I were at the exact same Historical Society meeting, and I would encourage everybody who is not a member to become one. And one of the interesting things was that Willow Springs was the original school in the early 1900s, and it was founded by Ezra Hamilton. And then the school was continued on with the Graves family in the early 1900s as well, designed to educate their children. And Kelly, I cannot say enough about the legacy that we participate in and the one that we will leave. And this truly will become our spot. Tropico has been a mismatch over the years. It was originally the country school out here. It became the overflow from Roseman Elementary for years. So first and second grade was housed out here for a while. Then just fifth and sixth grade was housed out here for a while. And then, contrary to popular belief, there was a stage of declining enrollment, and Tropico was actually closed. So it's interesting to see how it has morphed and how it has changed. From a historical standpoint, if you are under the age of 50 and you attended Tropico School, would you raise your hand? Under the age of 50, Mario. under the age of 40. Okay, so Kelly, come on up here. You are our youngest Tropico student representative, and so our youngest, and then if you are over the age of 60 and you attended Tropico, raise your hand. Okay, all righty. Mario, you are the oldest Tropico student. Come on up here.
I actually started kindergarten right over there.
You were a country school kid. All righty.
So I have another funny anecdote with Mario. His daughter Brianna is a day younger than me. And from the time we were in second grade, we were in every class together. And I told her at least once a week, hey Brianna, I'm a day older than you, you have to listen to me. And she told me every day since the second grade, Kelly, I'm a lot smarter than you, you have to listen. Yeah, man. So it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you guys for having us again. Miss Bradley was not my second grade teacher, but I wish she would have been.
And the original ground was broke out here at the end of January. We believe in the mid to late 1950s. Once again, one of these holes we can't quite fill in. So about 65 years ago. And for all of us women out here, it was broke ground by women, and they were all wearing heels and dresses. So I feel a little bit underdressed today. So thank you, Mrs. Davis.
So interesting to hear of the history of the schools and especially Tropico today. Before we go on to actually doing our groundbreaking ceremony, I just want to acknowledge the people that are doing this very, very difficult work for us. And I'd like to start with our project manager, Tropico. Are you back there? Tropico, just walk up this way. Tropico is with HPLE, High Performance Learning Environment. Jaime, the owner, is not here today, but Tropico, she's the girl who's overseeing the project. Thank you so much, Tropico. I also want to acknowledge the project engineer, Philip and Perez. Philip, come on up here, Philip. Thank you, Philip, for being here. Our architects today from Llewellyn and Moody. Is Matt here?
No, Matt's not here.
Matt Joselito, please come up, Joselito, and just wave your hand. Thank you. Our site superintendent, Medallion Contracting, Mr. Rick Walker. Rick, come on up. Our inspector of record, do we have Lloyd or Kurt here?
No, I don't think.
No?
Kurt is on his
Okay.
way. Unfortunately, he's not
State aid services, as Mr. Lackey said, it takes a lot to get this funding, and we have been fortunate to work with Caldwell, Flores, and Winters, who began securing this funding way back in 2008, and then, as I mentioned, things sometimes happen. And so, but here we are today. So I want to acknowledge Greg Norman, who works very, very close with Southern Kern Unified School District. And last but certainly not least, from Southern Kern Unified School District, our Director of Grounds and Maintenance, who is everywhere, every day, all hours of the day and night, Mr. Ronnie Davis. So he's the guy who really, when you get it done, he gets it done. So at this time, I want to say, let's get ready to break that ground. Although, where's our hats and shovels? Over there. Where are we going to do this? Who has this figured out? Where are we going to break the down there? In the pool?
here. This is the drive.
In the pool.